Hey guys, I just felt like I need to make a video. Just right now, I'm actually waiting. I had to take my father-in-law to the emergency room because he's having some complications with the COVID-19. He tested positive a few days ago, and it just hasn't been getting any better. Actually, I think he's in a really tough spot right now. So I'm just kind of waiting for him. They're getting his vitals, doing X-ray, and yeah, he's just they're just making sure he's okay. All things considered. But yeah, just this video is not about anything in particular. I just felt like just making something and just kind of shooting from the hip. You know, right, today's December, I believe it's December 23rd, so just a couple more days until Christmas, and then this year will end. And I'm sure like it's been like a crazy just roller coaster ride for all of us. Some of us have gotten COVID. I actually got COVID, and thankfully it didn't affect me too badly. I did have body aches. I did have, what else, like I lost my my smell and taste, and yeah, it kind of knocked me out for a few days, but thankfully I didn't have a fever or any other complications. I mean, it kind of sucks to not be able to taste your food, and I realized how much like taste and smell makes life so much more enjoyable. I'm a big coffee drinker, so not being able to taste, coffee, is kind of sucks, but, I'm super thankful because I know there's so many more people out there that has, gotten COVID and had complications, like my father-in-law. I know some folks that have died from it, or who are still, after, weeks and months of getting over it, still having lingering effects. So, I'm just very thankful, and just my heart and my prayer goes out to everyone just being affected by it. The social isolation, the constant shutdowns, just seeing people just hurting and alone, man. It's just been honestly a crazy tough year, and yeah, there's just really no words for it. I know everyone's trying to kind of go about their life, trying to keep things as normal as possible, but I think this year really has shown me and shown a lot of people that everything that I thought was like safe or stable is actually, not so much. Like one like pandemic could has wiped out like everything that I thought was like a security, for me. you know um and I know there's so many people that's just losing their jobs, they're just losing their livelihood, and man, it's painful to watch, like, people that are close to me that's struggling, and just having to deal with that. But yeah, like honestly, a couple days ago, actually now I think it'll be about a week or two ago, I came down with COVID-19, and then just went through my household like a wildfire. I have several people, living in the house, my wife, my sister, so on and so forth. It's a full house, and it just went through us like a wildfire, man. And it's so crazy because it hit us all in different ways. Like I said, I just had intense body aches. My taste and smell went away, but then my other family member that lives in the house, she just got cough. My father-in-law, he got, I mean, the full deal, like just hit super hard. And it's just like, that's the thing. I think it's like people, I think, sometimes forget, like, it doesn't affect everyone equally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really just kind of depends. Like, it's so unique on how it hits you. So yeah, so with that, yeah, it's just, right now I'm waiting. It's honestly a little scary, to just hear, like, just to see what my father-in-law is going through. So with that being said, I'm just waiting. It's pretty much a waiting game right now. And yeah, so with that, I'm in my truck. Like I said, there's gonna be total just random rambling, right? So today I'm carrying the DPX Gear Hest Folder Classic Decade. I know it's a mouthful. I've done 2 videos about this knife so far. I did like an unboxing first impression video, and then I did like a week, kind of a 1 week review. And now it's been about almost 2 weeks now carrying this knife, just using it. And I really love this knife. This is something that I feel like you have to really use, you know, hard to really appreciate, you know, the quality and the build of this knife. I've been cutting a ton of just cardboard boxes, and as you know, most of our, actually all of our presents, we've ordered online, so we're getting a lot of boxes from all different types of vendors. So I've been using this knife mainly to break them down so it could fit in our you know, our recycle bin, and it's been working great. I've really been enjoying this knife, and I think just as I've been using this knife more, I've really come to appreciate this M390. I don't know how Lion Steel heat treated this, but man, it works so well. Like I said, I've used this in really heavy, thick cardboard boxes. It's no chips or dents. I actually was cutting through a cardboard box and had one of those, actually those metal, like those really big heavy duty staples, and it actually hit the tip, but it didn't chip, it didn't really dent at all. So I know that Lion Steel really dialed in, you know, or whatever third-party heat treating services they've been using, they've really dialed in that heat treat. So I don't think, you know, if you're really, you know, concerned if this M390 is like the real deal, it honestly, in my experience, it's been working so well. So, you know, if you have any like concerns or any questions, I would say don't worry about it. They really dialed it in. It's been working very well for me. Yeah, it's just a great knife overall. Like, it's just a really great heavy duty knife that still cuts fairly well considering that really thick blade stock. I know, it's like a chunky blade stock, and it's like a high saber ground. It's not even hollow ground, but still cuts very well considering. And I feel like this knife is really designed to handle pretty much anything that you throw at it. Yeah, so I mean, I've really been enjoying it. I think as far as today is still available at the DPX Gear's website, and I think they might have rolled it out to other vendors, but I don't see a lot of videos or pictures of this out there. I don't know if it's just, you know, everyone, it's weird thing that, you know, sometimes you'll have brands that don't have a lot of like online presence. It's not because it's like a bad brand or their products are crappy or whatnot. It's just some users gravitate towards a company, but they're not big like Instagram users or Facebook users or bloggers, you know. So I feel like depending on like the knife user, that kind of really informs how much online presence it gets, and also like how much the company itself is active online. I know DPX Gear, I think they are, you know, they're kind of active on Instagram. I don't know about Facebook. I know they generated a lot of like social media content, you know, back in the day, but I just feel like a lot of the people that buy, you know, DPX Gear, they're typically, I don't know if they're like big like social media people, you know, and that's okay, you know. I think they are using the knives are out there in all sorts of environments, and they're being used, and they're being used hard. And just because not on social media doesn't mean jack squat, you know. I think social media is just that, you know. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, this is a great tool. I just can't harp on it enough. Like, if you're really on the fence about getting this Hest folder, you know, I love this. Even if you already have the Hest folder, like the regular version, I think this is just enough of an upgrade to warrant you getting another one. Just because you don't have that roto block, you know, you got that M390 steel, you got that steel lock bar insert. um I mean, it just comes with just enough refinements and upgrades to really make it worth your while to get this particular version. This is, the like I said, the classic decade, and I know they came out with this version to really celebrate like their 10-year anniversary of being a company, and I think they did a really great job with this knife. Yeah, so I feel like, man, like this is a great knife, man. Another knife that I do have in hand, I typically keep this knife in the truck. This is the SC Izula 1. I know the Izula 2 has a longer handle. This is the just the Izula. It has a shorter handle, but I do have small to medium size hands, and it fits. I could get all 4 fingers on the handle, but you know, this micarta scale doesn't like fit the whole handle, as you can see. So my pinky does feel a little bit left out, kind of hangs out over in that hole there. At first it felt a little awkward, but now that I had this knife for, man, I think I've had this for 2 or 3 years, it's, you know, it's served me very well. I've taken this camping. I've done things with it, you know, like I chopped wood with it. I know it's a small knife, but I did it just to see, you know, how well it performs, and it performs incredibly well. It's a very robust small neck knife for sure. And the way I like to use this knife is I like to do like the pinch grip, like so. And it's very comfortable with that micarta scale. Everything's really rounded, so you don't get any hot spots with this knife. So with that pinch grip, you could do like really precise cutting, as well as putting a lot of that force behind that blade if you need to really bear down on it to cut, you know, like thicker, more dense material. But this knife has been such a champ. Despite it being such a small knife, it's really handled a lot of things that, I mean, bigger knives can handle, you know. And you know, and with SC, they're like lifetime, no questions asked. The warranty is just the best warranty out there, hands down. So I have this knife in my center console, and I just kind of, you know, have it just if I need it for anything. Sometimes I'll carry it on the belt. Like in the front, I do have the plate carry that it comes with. You know, sometimes I'll do it like a scout carry. I'll do like a not a strong side, but I guess my left side, my weak side carry. And it's just and it's small enough to kind of go under your shirt without it being like super obvious. And it's just a super, I mean, if you're looking for a neck knife, you just can't do anything better, honestly, than the SC Izula. And the great thing is that it's super affordable. I checked today, and it was like, it's less than $100. It's like $79, you know. And man, like, you're getting like a lifetime warranty, no questions asked. You could like break this thing in half. You could shoot this thing in half and send it in, and they'll replace it for free, no questions asked, you know. It comes with their amazing Rowan heat treat, and it's just, I mean, it's so bomb proof. I've literally cut food, wood, rope, I mean, anything you can imagine, like while you're camping. I've taken it, I used it in salt water, and you know, I've cut acidic food with it. And yeah, this is, I believe, 1095, so it will rust. It will, if you could see, it does put, you know, my edge has patinaed. But yeah, if you just wipe it down and take care of it, you're not gonna have any issues whatsoever. So this is my small neck knife fixed carry blade that I keep in my truck just for whatever reason. Typically, I also like keep, like, you know, the Victorinox Swiss tool, the Spirit X version of it. It's a great like multi-tool. I've had the SOG multi-tool, but I just love Victorinox. They're just super quality. And I don't have it with me actually in the truck. It's actually at home because I've been using it to take apart knives and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, about 15 minutes in, I'm just still waiting. But I do want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Despite it being such a crazy year, such a painful year, I just, my heart and my prayer, my thoughts go out to you and your families. And I know even more so this year has really highlighted, just the isolation aspect of it. For some, it's like, it's a regular thing. Some people, I know you guys don't have families, so it's almost like this is just another Christmas. But if you're watching this video, and I don't know you, I don't know your name, but if you did come across the video, I do want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And, thank you so much for giving your time to just, to watch this video, if I could speak right to you, it's going to be better, hang in there. I know it's sometimes it might seem like it's not getting better. It sometimes could seem like it's getting worse, but I just want to encourage you, like, it's gonna get better. Like, you, like, being alive just means you've already won. Like the fact that you decided to wake up, decided to live, that's a win. If you could do one small thing, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. If you could do like just one small thing to be better, then you've won. For me, it's just been like, I know this is gonna sound very Oprah Winfrey-ish, but one thing that's really helped me not to lose hope, and to stay just hope-filled, is actually to find at least one thing to be thankful for each day. And it could be something as dumb as, like, drinking, getting a really good cup of coffee, or just being able to take a deep breath. Man, it's so crazy how this year has really highlighted so many things I've taken granted for, what I'm saying? Like time with family, or just being able to taste, what I'm saying? Being able to taste a good cup of coffee, man, when I give for something like that, or even just to take a deep breath, being able to exercise, or being able to, like, see, what I'm saying? Being able to hear. Man, I just saw a movie the other day. I'm gonna open the window. It's getting a little warm in here. I was watching a movie the other day. I forgot the name of the movie. It was on Amazon Prime. It was about this, like, heavy metal drummer, and, like, he loses his hearing. He becomes deaf, right? And it's a really great movie. Man, I wish I remembered, like, what the name of the movie was. But if you have, I believe, Amazon Prime, it just came out, I think, a couple weeks ago. Hey, sorry, man, my camera just decided to call it quits. So I'm gonna try to, like, make this as seamless as possible. Like, I was talking about that movie about that heavy metal drummer that lost his hearing. And such a great movie. Shoot, wish I remember the name of it. If you go on Amazon Prime, it's on there. But yeah, after I watched that movie, I was like, man, dude, like, I didn't even think about, like, dude, I could hear, what I'm saying? Like, I could listen to, like, music that I want to listen to, I could listen to, like, Pink. I could listen to, like, man, whatever I want to listen to, what I'm saying? Like, if you notice, I did do a wardrobe change. No, actually, it got really hot in here, so I just took off my sweater. But yeah, dude, I think honestly this year has really highlighted a lot of things that I've, taken granted for, what I'm saying? Like, just being alive, man. I know, like, in pre-2020, like, I honestly didn't think to be thankful for just being alive, no matter, like, how, bad or good my life was. Like, I know it's hard to be thankful when your life is going through its rough patches. Like, I've been through rough patches. Everyone goes through rough patches. But I know it's hard to be thankful, but I want to kind of go back around. For me, like, this year is, like, I've really like been learning how to be thankful for any, like if I could find one thing to be thankful for, like I feel like I've already won. You know, I already feel like I've already won over that day. You know what I mean? Because there's so many things like to influence like fear into your life right now. You know, like the pandemic, the shutdowns, you know, like the economy, the political scene, you know, regardless of whether you're whatever party or not, you know, just like I think everything got shaken, you know, so like intensely, like, and I think for most of us, like, man, like everything that we thought was like secure and stable, it like it's not, you know. um so yeah, like if I could just, you know, if you could take away anything from this video, is that, you know, I want to challenge you. You know, we got a couple more days, you know, of 2020, and then we're gonna go into 2021. And just because it's a new number doesn't mean like, you know, things just gets reset automatically, you know. And I know we like to have that belief, you know, with the new year, and we make resolutions and we do fireworks and pop the cork and whatnot. But at the end of the day, like, you know, the only meaningful change that happens is if we, you know, individually decide to change. You know what I'm saying? Just because the year changes over doesn't mean change happens automatically, you know. And I think we all know that. It's just sometimes it's good to be reminded of that, so that we could be more intentional in how we want to change our life for the better, you know. And I'm not like just you know, and I don't think it's all about like the will, you know what I mean, the willpower. Like I mean, I'm a big proponent of like self-talk and having a good attitude and having perspective. Like I love listening to those guys like that just speak motivation into you, you know what I'm saying? Like I know it has its place, you know, but at the end of the day, like Dave Goggins says, like the only person that lives with you 24/7 is you. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of self-talk are you propagating, you know? Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that only takes us so far, you know? Like I think, I know I'm a believer in God, you know, and I could say that humbly because like I was, you know, I mean, I think I grew up like in a religious background, you know, going to church and whatnot, but like I didn't really have like, what do you call that, like relationship with God, you know. So anyways, like I don't want to make this into like, you know, I don't want to make this too like spiritual, but I do believe in God, man. I do believe like there's only so much we can do, and then God does the impossible, you know. And I think one of the possible things that he's really good at doing is like changing, transforming, you know, of yeah, like, so if you feel like you're in an impossible situation, or you're facing in like an impossible situation, like I don't know, like an addiction, or like a family situation, or just something that just seems like unfixable, like, man, God's really good at like being in those situations, like, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so what I do want to challenge you, and what I'm challenging myself is, you know, the rest of this year and then moving forward, you know, just find one thing to be thankful for. And it could be something as basic and as generic as like eating like a good burrito, you know, like, or wearing a cool hat, I don't know, like, or like not having boogers in your nose. Like, I know it sounds like really ridiculous, it sounds kind of dumb, but what are you gonna lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, it costs you nothing to do it. All it costs you is to just think about something, like being intentional about just thinking about just one thing to be thankful for, and just see like what it'll do, you know. And if you do that for 365 days, like, you know, maybe like I don't know, write it down. Like maybe like write down, like maybe it's changing the way you see things, you know, maybe it's changing your perception of things, or changing your attitude, or I don't know, maybe it's making you more happy. I don't know. It could be anything, you know, or maybe it doesn't do anything for you, but at least it doesn't cost you anything to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just want to encourage you, if you've come across this video, maybe that's what this video was for. It's just to encourage you, challenge you, to remind you to find one thing to be thankful for, you know, and you don't have to feel it. Okay, that's the thing too. That's a caveat. Is you don't have to have the emotional like experience of gratitude to be thankful. If you could just say it out loud, like say, hey, you know what, today I'm thankful for, and then fill in the blank. Like, you don't have to feel it, you don't have to have like this emotional experience, but just say it, you know, just say it, and do that for 2021, or start today, whatever day you saw this video, like start it and see what happens, you know. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna do something for you. Like, you know, for me, it's been just really helpful just to stay grounded, to be just really just cognizant of what I do have versus what I don't have. And I realized when I take stock of it all, like, man, I have so much, man, you know. I have so much, like, man, thinking I'm sitting in a car right now, you know, like I have clothes, like, you know, I'm wearing, like, you know, I could breathe, man. Like right now, my father-in-law, he could barely breathe, man. And just to see that is so, it's painful for me to see that, you know, that, like, dude, like, he once probably didn't even think about, like, you know, breathing, you know what I'm saying? Like right now he's having a hard time breathing, man. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of people in that situation, man, you know. But yeah, just find one thing to be grateful for, to be thankful for, and you don't have to feel it, but just say it, you know. And I think something good will happen for you, you know. Yeah, so that's, you know, I'm still waiting right now. It's been a little while. I guess good news, no news is good news at this point, you know. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you watch this video, thank you so much. I know it's a long video, but I feel like there was a reason why you came across this video. I hope that you're encouraged, inspired. I hope that, you know, I'm thankful for the fact that you're alive. You know, I may not know you by name or by face, but I'm thankful, you know, I'm thankful for you, for being alive, for winning today, just by being alive, you know. So with that, I'll catch you on the next video. I just kind of go day by day, you know. I don't really have videos lined up, but I just kind of shoot whatever that interests me, you know. I might get into like a truck video because I really enjoy my my Toyota Tacoma. You know, it's been a great truck. It just works, and so yeah. So I might go, you know, start doing truck videos, maybe some camping videos. I love camping, the outdoors, and I'm actually yeah, really into that. So maybe do some of that. You know, of course, knife videos, because I love knives, man. I've been into knives for like, man, over a decade. I just started, you know, this year, you know, doing knife reviews, just because I love watching knife reviews, and my wife thinks I'm like kind of crazy, you know. But for those who know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, there's just like this really a comfort to it. I think especially this year, it's been one of the sources of comfort and enjoyment for me, just to watch night videos and just to drink coffee that I can't taste. You know, so thanks for watching, guys. You know, I hope this has encouraged you, you know, and given you some comfort in this crazy year. All right, I'll catch you later.